program, but you were one of the public faces of the Obedient movement and the 2023 Obi-Dati presidential campaign. Many Nigerians who trusted your judgment now say you've betrayed them. Have you betrayed the movement, or do you believe the movement betrayed you?
Very, very funny.
Well, it's not funny, actually. It's a very, very reasonable...
Yeah, it is, because you see...
Quite unfunny question.
When I left the APC to take up the role of National Deputy Campaign Manager for Obidati Presidential Campaign Council, President Muhammadu Buhari's aircraft was in my hangar for a major overhaul. You know the C-check, D-check that people normally do overseas? My hangar runs that, and first of its kind in West and Central Africa, and privately owned by me and my team. To stay back in APC was at least to get several other contracts. Uncle Charles, the presidential aircraft was in my hangar. I walked away from the APC. Even when I knew no bank was backing me up. I was in Dubai to establish a university before the Dubai challenges with the Dubai government and Emirate Airline and the Nigerian government. And when I got a call from the Middle Belt leaders, I didn't come to work. I was called by the leaders of the Middle Belt. Please, we know you have this business, but we want you to come and do this assignment for us. And I came. Nobody in APC insulted me. It was my choice. I choose to do that. Now, the role I played is available online. You can Google my name. You saw the passion, the commitment. Today, if I have a fallout or things are not the way I expected, and I go back to APC where I come from, the same way APC took it when I went to Labour Party, why is the other side not taking it? It's a question I'm yet to receive answer for, because it's a choice.
I think the issue here is the fact that you're going from one party to the other. It suggests somebody who doesn't have any principles, who simply goes wherever the wind takes you.
I was in APC.
I mean? So the issue is not how they react. The
Peter
issue
Obi has changed party how many times? Atiku has changed party how many times?
Yeah, but
don't they have principles?
No, what I'm trying to... I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about... Everybody has different reasons.
Exactly.
We're looking at the reasons why you did the things that you did.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that obviously it's your right to go to any party you want to. But the question is...
Why?
Well, why you think that there is some justification or that the people who you, if you like, try to engender their trust and now, for all intents and purposes, has broken that trust, why they shouldn't react negatively to you. So I mean, you're saying that the APC couldn't care less whether you left or not. I mean, that's the APC. If other people thought of you as a principled person,
nothing has changed.
What I mean? If they thought of you as a principled person and you then let them down, you don't think they should be miffed that you left?
I'm not going to stay here to speak against my former principal. That's not why I'm here. And I'll tell you something. I don't do politics of bitterness. You can ask anybody in the Obedient movement, who is the person who made effort to reconcile all the crises going on, even during the campaign? It was Issac Balami. I'm going somewhere, please.
Yeah.
Who is the person who called the top 12 support group of the Obidati Campaign Council and funded a retreat in Abuja and raised over 300,000 volunteers, agents, that the party and the campaign council didn't use? I just left because, one, there was a reason why I left the APC. Two major reasons. I'm a Christian from Borno State, and you saw the killings against Christians over the years. And then the issue of the marginalization of ethnic nationalities. So when the elders called me and I chaired Plateau State rally, flag off campaign, and I chaired Nasarawa State, I did that because I believed in what I was doing.
You mean the flag off campaign for whom?
For Peter Obi.
Right. Okay.
I was the chairman. I chaired it, including Nasarawa State, where he got his 2 highest votes. Now, the question here is, at the end of the campaign, after election, I wasn't happy, and I made it clear. And I'm not here to talk against my principle. Not just me, from Valentine Ozibo to Kenneth Okonkwo to everybody who played critical roles, including the late Dr. Doyin Okupe, we all know what happened. So why should I remain in a place where I see no future? When the person I castigated, insulted, fight, has proven me wrong. What are those issues? In the history of democracy since 1999, since we returned back to democracy, there's no president in the history of Nigeria that has supported and been fair to ethnic nationalities in Nigeria like President Bwala Ahmed Tinubu. I've seen the reforms. Since the late 70s, the Bretton Woods institution has made it clear. You can see the numbers. Even in the last, since this government returned back to power, over $109 billion US foreign direct investment, things are happening already. The local government autonomy, the recognition. You see, politics is all about interest. It's not about religion.
When you go to your village,
yes,
you think the lives of the people in your village has improved?
Uncle Charles?
Well, a straightforward question.
Straightforward. Let me tell you this.
Do you think their lives have improved?
The challenge we have...
Or is there a greater burden on you as someone who is successful from that village? Is there a greater burden on you to look after them? Because the hallmark for measuring the success of a government is not numbers written on a screen or quotes from people who come there to make quotes. It's about how it touches the lives of ordinary people.
Uncle Charles, I will be a liar.
You see what I mean?
I will be a liar to come open air and say there's no suffering in the land. But I'll also be blind and very, very unfair to say there are no economic reforms since 70s that is happening for the first time that is, affecting people, including myself, including everybody. The question here is, you see, as I speak to you now, it is now that people from the South are, for we in the northeastern part of the country, we've seen worse. We've seen worse. And what is happening now is not new to us because we've seen worse things during when the Boko Haram was at its peak. Today, as I speak to you now, all my people call me to ask for is fertilizer. They are going back to their farms. Uncle Charles, there was a time when for 3, 4, 5 years, nobody could go to his farm. I'm not saying security is perfect now. I'm not here to say that President Bwala Ahmed Tinubu is 10 over 10. Neither am I here to insult people that I've worked with in the past. I'm just here to say that we can see the fairness. You see, politics is all about interest, Uncle Charles. I know somebody who told me, he said, Balami, I know that it will be difficult for Obi to become president, but Obi has given the Igbos a voice. Obi has given the Igbos a recognition. For once now, an Igbo man can come and get 6 million votes. And he's happy about that, whether Obi wins or not. People have different reasons for supporting people. For me, I am not just from the Northeast. At least I'm the Ochorozo one of Ibagwa, Nike in Enugu. I have supported the Igbos. Evidence are there. The Unzuku Umuna have recognized me, Ohanese. I've done a lot, handshake across the Niger. The Middle Belt have done so much with the Igbos. So I have nothing against anybody. What I'm saying here is that there are times when the same way people protect their own interests, I'm asking myself, for the first time, that an ethnic nationality can be recognized. I can count over 40 appointments. I didn't benefit. Since I came back to APC 3 years ago, I've not gotten any appointment or any contract. But I can see it is left for the Middle Belters to take advantage of it. However, for me, all I'm just here to say is that politics of bitterness is not what we need. And as to whether I can deliver based on your introduction, let time speak for itself.
Right.
Because
okay, let me come in here. Let's return to the issue of your movement away from the people who you supported in 2023, and now to the camp of the very party that you spent months telling Nigerians had failed the country. People wonder why you had to cross over, because the issue here is also not just about, which party you go to or whatever. It's also about ideology. Is there a sense at all of any ideology in the things that you did? Because one of the things they wonder is why go to the party that you spent months telling Nigerians had failed? You could have gone to another opposition party if you were so angry about what Peter Obi or the Labour Party or whoever did. I mean, why does it have to be the same party that you yourself had spent a very long time running down? You sat where you're sitting now, and you said exactly the most, I mean, I can go and dig out the tapes, the most, I mean, virulent things anybody could imagine about the APC.
Uncle Charles, you know me very, very well. I've been on your platform severally.
Yes.
I don't do politics of bitterness or insult. And I'll answer your question straight ahead. I went against the APC. I left APC for Labour Party because of those two reasons. I did a world press conference, and I asked all my supporters and followers that this is the reason why we are leaving. And I'm here to tell you that the reasons why I left the APC is not there as it used to. Is it 10 over 10, 100%? No. But I'm telling you that I come from a region that we are not recognized. We are not, during election, it is one Arewa, one North. And then after election, certain people in the establishment takes the whole national cake. And for the first time, the voice of a minority in the 19 northern states is being listened to. For the first time, I'm seeing that I have my family and friends that are currently being employed as forest guard in my village, and we know what we need to do to safeguard our village. For the first time, I've seen the local government autonomy almost being implemented and about to start. No president has had the guts, the boldness to do what President Bwala Tinubu has done. Now, what is wrong if you are angry with somebody for a particular reason and the person has proven you wrong? What is wrong in humbling yourself and saying, oh, you are right, now we can work together? There's nothing wrong in that. And that is why, you see, it surprises me, you know, when people, if I had come back to APC because of my personal gains, Uncle Charles, you know, I run a hangar in London. If I choose not to work again, God has already blessed me.
Yeah, let me ask you this. You claim that one of the reasons you gave for leaving the
APC, then?
Well, not the APC, I'm talking about the OBIDIENT sort of campaign thing. You claim that loyal campaigners were, like yourself, were abandoned after 2023. Were those grievances that you held about ideology and leadership, or simply about people not getting appointments and political rewards? Because I seem to remember you talking about remunerations and things.
No, that was part of what virtually everybody who left talked about. But I've said one thing that maybe people are not listening. I have made up my mind not to belong to any movement that cannot stand their ground and do what is right and win elections. Nigerians came out in millions to support the OBIDIENT movement and Labour Party. We dashed their hope. We failed them. We couldn't defend the vote. Common agent we couldn't raise. We couldn't pay the agent, even though the monies were raised.
Because you have sat here and said that you believe that Peter Obi won the election in 2023.
That is a past tense.
No, it's not past tense. I'm asking.
I said I believe because I said I believe, but we couldn't prove it. You couldn't prove it.
Yeah, but you said you believed that. So that meant
what do you expect? What do you expect for somebody who was a deputy campaign manager of a party that gave out? I gave my all.
So basically, you lied then if you said that Peter Obi won, and now you're saying that he did. You don't believe he won. I'm trying to understand.
No,
what you're saying.
See, these are two separate things. Whether he win or I am telling you here that we went to court and we had no from EC agents because we had no agents.
Yeah, but there's a place I'm going to.
And I put my resources.
There's a place I'm going to.
You have to listen to this, please. I put my resources, call the top 12 campaign support organizations, raised almost 300,000 support groups, put my resources, organized a training for the agents, and the party and the campaign council showed no interest. Then election came, there was no agent to give up from EC8As. Then you're telling me now that I should stick to that platform that doesn't believe in structure or doesn't believe in logical way of doing things.
I'm not telling you
Exactly,
what to do.
exactly.
I mean, it's not my place
these
to
are
tell
part
you
of the
what
major
to do.
reasons why
You've made your decisions.
Yeah.
Where I'm going with this is simple. You said after the elections, you sat where you're sitting and you said that you believe that Peter Obi won the 2023
and then we went to court.
Presidential, let me just make the point,
Yeah.
2023 presidential election. And the upshot of what you were saying is that he was essentially turfed out of that victory, conned out of that victory. And as the upshot of what you were saying is that the person who is in power at the moment was the architect of that turfing out of Peter Obi. Whatever happened to that thing that you spoke so that you spoke about as a principled position that you had taken? That has all now disappeared.
No,
and
principle has nothing to do with who won and who did not win the court.
So this is a pragmatic decision on your part.
No.